Hey everyone, John Turner here. I'm making this video in almost a state of disbelief. I imagine most of you have probably heard about the incident in Chicago yesterday, where four apparent Black Lives Matter activists, I don't know if that's been confirmed, but I've seen a couple links to Facebook profiles proclaiming to be the perpetrators, and it definitely appears that that's the case. Kidnapped and tortured a mentally ill boy. I would say who happened to be white, but I think that understates the problem. This was a targeted attack. The video is difficult to watch, but I think that it should almost be required viewing. This kid was tortured. I mean, there's no other way around it. There's not a better word for it. There's not a way to beat around the bush. This was a disgusting act by disgusting people. However, unfortunately, it is the outcome of the leftist policies that we've seen. I would say since the election. I know it goes back further than that, but these protests, these constant reminders that or constant posts and activism saying, Donald Trump is Hitler. Um, Donald Trump is not Hitler. Donald Trump is a maybe a populist. He might be someone who has some ideas that are outside of the political mainstream, but I think that these constant reminders and this constant beating of these war drums that Donald Trump is literally going to gas gay people and lock up Muslims and kick out Mexicans and on and on and on. This is where it ends, right? This is where people go, they've heard this time and time and time again, and they go, we need to fight back. We need to do something. I can't put it any more plainly than that this is reaping what the left has sown in the last 2 months since the election. This is the outcome. This is the only possible outcome, and there will be more of this, unfortunately. I think it does do some good to push people to the right and away from this insane leftism that has kind of taken over academia and much of the country. But yeah, this is what we're looking at, folks. I mean, this is ugly, this is brutal, but this is it. Mike Cernovich kind of broke this story the other day, or excuse me, earlier today, talking about the video. And at the time, he believed it was a hoax. And when I was watching his Periscope, I certainly, my assumption was that it was a hoax because I didn't believe that something like this could be true. And yet here we are. Here we are looking at this poor mentally ill boy. I'm not going to play the video. You guys can look at Mike Cernovich's Twitter account or his Periscope and see more about it. This poor kid. He's been cut. He's been beaten. He's been gagged, and now he's drinking toilet water. I mean, come on. I have two thoughts. The first of which is the media has all the blame here. The media has told people that this is, has put people in a box where this is their only outcome. Right? This is the only thing that they can do to fight back. These people probably believed everything that they were told, and they believed that Donald Trump is going to lock up black people, and we have to fight back. Wouldn't you? I certainly would. If I had been told for months on end that my people were under attack, hell yeah, I'd be fighting back. But, and this is point number two, the level of depravity that we're seeing here is off the charts. One of the things that I thought as I watched this, beyond I need to find a bucket, is this isn't their first time. This is not the first time that these people have done something similar to this. You don't go from zero to this in one kind of incident. This is something that they've practiced, they've done before. I guarantee that within the next couple of weeks, we'll find that there were other victims, there were other instances. This is not something that you just decide one day to wake up and do. So, um, I that saddens me. That really does. That we as a country have gotten to a point where our media is leading us so far astray that we are committing violence between each other. Regardless of what you think about racial issues, I know that there are some hot buttons on the alt right about racial issues and what have you. I'm not even going to touch that today. All I'm going to say is this is the media's fault, and they need to be held accountable for this. For the months of just beating the drums of Trump is evil, Trump is Hitler. MSNBC, Rachel Maddow, Chris Hayes, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you specifically because this is your fault. You caused this, whether or not you want to believe it, whether or not you want to say this is just some crazy people. No, this is they would not have had the motivation to do this if not for the leftist media attacking Trump at every possible turn. And what else? What else can you say? The alternative media, I'm looking at Cernovich's page now, but certainly there are other outlets. This is the future. People are starting to realize that you can't trust CNN, you can't trust MSNBC, you can't trust Fox News. All of them are backed by the same group. They have the same goals, which is eyeballs, because they want to sell you boner pills. They want to sell you, Ford cars. They want to sell you whatever the highest bidder is. And once at the same time, in addition to their goal being, okay, we're going to sell you these boner pills, they also then, now that they're taking that money, they are biased. They are stuck because they can't tell you, oh, by the way, this pill that Pfizer is advertising every break on our network. By the way, it also causes rectal bleeding and whatever else. They can't run that story because if they run that story, then they get a call from Pfizer's ad rep and it says, "Oh yeah, by the way, that $250,000 ad buy, yeah, we're pulling it. Thanks for that." And so that's your media right there. Your media exists to sell your eyeballs and then lie to you. So I hope that if you take anything from this, it is don't trust the media. Independent media is growing. It is becoming more and more reliable. Again, this story was broken by Mike Cernovich, and how this wasn't broken by a local affiliate of ABC, CBS, NBC in Chicago is beyond me. Other than they probably just wanted to hide it because why wouldn't you? Looking at this, this is disgusting. So I hope that in the near future, things change. I don't know that I have all the answers, but I know that this is not okay and that the media needs to be held to account. So I hope this has been thought-provoking. If you have any thoughts, please let me know. And